man, Bob Arum says that Canelo Alvarez wipes the floor with Terence Crawford. Says he loves Crawford. He told y'all how Spence was going to get done up by Crawford. But he just says, you know, Canelo can hurt Crawford, but Crawford can't hurt Canelo. Now, apparently Bud is telling his team that, you know, he really believed that he can beat Canelo Alvarez. And he's telling them, you know, honestly that, you know, he can beat him. You know, and Bob Arum brought up an interesting thing in the boxing scene article that he did. One interesting he brought up, he said, you know, you look around, Canelo don't have that many attractive options. Crawford might be the most attractive name. And for Crawford, you know, the only one thing left for him to do is to get the money. So he don't blame him from going to try to do it. And like I said, it's mercenary season. When these dudes go over to PBC, they turn mercenaries. And a lot of y'all want to ignore the obvious, and then when y'all get to these fights and y'all get cheated out y'all money, y'all just sitting there with the I ate ass face like Kevin Hart said. You know? And I be trying to tell y'all, but you know, like I said before, the truth is not popular. You know, you see a lot of dudes on YouTube who I believe are fantastic and super duper talented and deserve more credit and deserve more subs, deserve more ink money coming from this shit. They should be supported. But those type of dudes that tell the truth and that's really good at this, it's just not, it's not received well. It's not pushed in the algorithm well. But then again, it's only so much that you can blame for the algorithm too, because people don't want to hear the cold hard truth. They don't. People only galvanize the people that speak the truth once they go through it, once they get it. You know how many times, and I only can speak from a man's perspective. Well, she can speak from a woman's perspective too. You know how many times people got to bump their head to accept the truth? Think about it. You know how many times somebody got to bump their head, these dudes that go through it and, you know, oh man, I still believe in love, or I still believe in Jermell Charlo, and how they really got to go through that experience to, you know what I'm saying? So the truth is not popular, bro. It's really not. And a lot of y'all be wanting the truth. Y'all like to live in the lie. Like I asked Kobe, I did a live Wednesday. Like I asked Kobe, I was like, you know, would you go to your chick phone if that was the way, you know, before you married her, would you go through her phone to make sure she was thorough? Then I switched it. I said, would you go through a private investigator to make sure she was thorough? And he was like, well, you know, I don't do that with women. Like, bro, no matter how tight your game is, these hoes is sneaky. Just to give you a side note, just to give you an analogy. So, and I'm just telling them, like, you wouldn't want to know then. Well, you know, I don't want to die alone, and okay. You're not going to die with a whole bunch of people holding their hands around you, nigga. They ain't gonna change, or I'm going to die with love. I mean, you can raise your kids the right way. My boy Donald was telling me this shit. You can raise your kids the right way, and then they still don't love you, throw you in the home. They still don't be there for you. Still don't check in there for you. So, like I said before, you know, sometimes people just want the truth to come at the most inconvenient time. Some people take the examples of the truth that they get from other people and they try to use it to their advantage. Some people got one foot in, one foot on both sides. I'm kind of right there. I'm like, okay, I really want this to work, but I see the truth in it. So you just kind of like, you weigh the pros and cons. And, you know, it's the ugly truth. I said Earl couldn't go up and fuck with Canelo, and this ain't no different. Terence Crawford got zero chance of beating Canelo Alvarez, and I feel very confident in saying it at 168 pounds. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, man, you such a fanboy. You be capping, and you just cap for Terence Crawford. But when I say some real shit, or when I used to get Earl Spence compliments, nobody said nothing. Because people like to gravitate towards what they consider negativity. It wasn't the truth that I was saying that got people riled up. It was just, oh, you hating this, the negativity people like to be attracted to. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's just negative. But it was the truth, and I proved my point. Just like I said, if Sean Porter got knocked out by Bud, that Earl Spence was going to run out the arena. What happened? He ran out the arena. Shout out to Lathers for pulling that up for me and reminding me I said that. I believe that was him. But Bob is absolutely right. Love Crawford to death, one of my favorite fighters. But at this point, it's money. That's what it's about. It's about the money. It's about the money. He can't hurt Canelo Alvarez. Jermell couldn't hurt Canelo Alvarez. So then what you pound on him to do is to be perfect offensively and defensively. And then You got people saying, well, Floyd, that's fucking Floyd. Floyd fought him at a whole different weight class and drained him below that weight class. So you can't say, oh, Floyd. Floyd didn't fight this big ass version of Canelo Alvarez. When you got more weight, you got more energy, you got more stability in the legs, you got more base, you stronger, you could take a punch a lot better. That's a totally different. So y'all keep bringing up what Floyd did. That's what that nigga did at 152. If they was fighting at 152, 154, I think I would favor Terrence Crawford even without seeing him, bar none. But y'all just love to be hoodwinked and finesse. You get the fight, and then the thing is, all this, you know, it's a trade-off. I'm gonna get the money and fuck up my legacy. That's exactly what this is. If he don't go out on his shield, you know, people gonna point that out. If he go out anything version, or he go in survival mode like Jermell Charlo did, his legacy gonna be all messed up. Charlo messed his legacy up in one night. And that's what he get for not wanting to fight Tim Tszyu, for playing Tim Tszyu, not wanting to take the fight with Tim Tszyu, playing around with his mandatory. He got exactly what he deserved. What 2 Chainz say on the BT Cypher back in the day? What goes around comes around like a hula hoop. 2 Chainz. He got exactly what he was looking for. Exactly what he was looking for. So, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, that is what it is. But Bob Arum was absolutely right. It's a money grab. And these money grabs and these guys getting duped, you know, fans getting duped for their money, boxing is on the scripts. So you produce another quote unquote super fight, and then people not happy about it. Because it's not competitive. People want to see high-end competitive fights. High-end competitive sports. And free little game right here. Once you brush this shit under here, pull the loose hairs out, and stop you from getting ingrown hair so much. So you put them loose hairs out before they curl up and go in there. Yes, somebody teach me that back in the day. So yeah. And I don't use a razor on my, no I don't. I use clippers. If I have to do it myself, wait till I go to the barber and he get me. So yeah, I'll be cool off them clippers. Crate too much, I'm off them razors. Then you gotta hit the hot towel, then you gotta get that lemon brush and scrub and get I ain't got time for all that shit, or the magic shade, that shit stank. I ain't got time for that. But Bob is right. And I'm always give my honest opinion on something, so it's just my honest opinion about it. And we agree on it. Don't mean I'm gonna agree with Bob every time. But Crawford ain't got shit for Canelo. No matter what he believe he think he got, jumping up 3 weight classes, he got shit for Canelo. He going to get a check. He done turned into a full PBC mercenary. That's just what it is. I ain't mad at him. Like Bob said, you got to get your money. It's only one thing left for him to do is get his money. In that process, you can fuck your whole legacy up for a check. That money gonna be gone, but that legacy gonna be here forever. Now, then again, on the other side of it, if he win, dude, he one of the greatest fighters of all time. He's in that top 10, top 5 conversation. If he go out there and win, bro, he better than everybody that's been active in the last 20 years, 23 years, 24 years if they fight next year. He better than Mayweather. He better than Manny Pacquiao. He moved up, no catch weight. You know, he was the B-side. And he beat Canelo out. I mean, it's a risk. If he really think he can win, if he really believe he can win, you know, then go for it. Like Jay-Z said, you know, his uncle was telling him, like, you can't do that, and you shouldn't do that, and that's crazy. He was like, I'm sure my uncle had the best intentions for me. I'm sure he had the best intentions, but don't project your fears onto me. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. And this is why you always follow your first mind. Because I be looking silly, willy-nilly. He go out there and he beat Canelo Alvarez. You know, he go out there and he beat Canelo Alvarez, and he would have missed the opportunity to listen to a motherfucker like me. So if he feel like he could really beat him, go out there. I'm just the average Joe with an opinion. Go out there and prove me wrong. Be competitive. Go win. Win, my GZ boys. Go win. You know, but just know, if you go anything out like Jermell Charlo, you might as well go into captivity. You might as well go in the foxhole, close the door, and don't come back out. Because one thing, people going to talk shit about you, and that's going to be the end of boxing. Boxing is going to die that night. Nobody else is going to invest into this era of boxing ever again. So, y'all keep pulling bullshit-ass pay-per-views, and y'all worried about y'all pockets and not worried about, you know, what y'all taking and putting back into the sport. Y'all not replenishing the sport. That's the one thing about it. He can mess his reputation up in one night. So, think about it for a minute, man. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Check out the Box News playlist. Peace.